Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for the segment's Brad Huff. Brad, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
Normally we're talking about student nest, but
Yes.
today we're talking about something different, something called CTEC, which is Career Technical Education Charter.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it, Brad.
Well, I became aware of the school because I chair for the Western Association of Schools and Colleges visiting committees that do accreditation visits and so
Right.
on. And I guess I'd heard something about it, but I really didn't know anything about it. So I visited the school about a month or so ago, and the facility just absolutely just blew me away.
I'm going to stop you right there because, you know, in a way, this is kind of old school, but it's old school 2.0 and high tech.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because back in the day, tech schools were very common for young people that weren't interested necessarily in going into college, and then college was like the place where everybody had to go.
Right.
Tech school, vocational schools kind of fell by the wayside. But they're coming back big time now.
Oh, yeah, because, during No Child Left Behind and so on, where schools got downgraded if they didn't have, math and English and scores high and so on, and schools were throwing away millions of dollars of vocational training equipment and so on just to make more space so that these kids could take three classes in math and 2 classes in English and so on. And, if you get me started on this, a good friend of mine is involved in the California Industrial Technology Educators Association, and, he told me about all this stuff. We wrote an article about the fact that for students who are interested in hands-on training and that kind of thing, that it emphasizes their math skills, their reading skills, all these kinds of things.
It's awesome that they're creative, and, college is not for everybody. And,
right.
And the thing is that you can create an incredible life for yourself being, in a vocation that is technically or, hands-on oriented. As a matter of fact, when I was going to college, my best friend became an electrician, a journeyman electrician.
Right.
He made some pretty good money as a
yes.
journeyman electrician.
Yeah.
So we have our own charter school now in vocation, and,
Right.
and it's the CTEC.
Right.
All right.
And Jim Uvino, the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools, kind of had this idea. He is on the Fresno Compact and so on, and knew that there was a shortage of trained people. And so he came up with an idea of having a charter school that would have manufacturing, construction, and then information technology. But it Bitwise got in the game of doing the IT,
Right.
and so now the school has a focus on construction and manufacturing. And when you think of this, at the school they have laser cutters. They have, this is high-tech stuff. And for construction, they have these Caterpillar tractor simulators, where a student can get on there and all the pedals and so on are exactly the same.
They're working the big one, but
and
they don't have
there's
anybody
a video
to run
screen.
over, right?
There's a video screen, so they can see what they're doing and so on. The equipment there is really great. And they have something called the Innovation Center, which is this huge building. It's half manufacturing, half construction. And then the faculty, they were hired a year before the school opened to really sit down and do some very deep thinking about what they wanted to do, because the main idea behind the school is what's called problem-based instruction.
Okay.
And people say, well, what is that? Well, I was introduced to problem-based instruction. I was down at USC at the dental school there,
Right.
and they did this side-by-side comparison. They had half of their incoming dental students, took the traditional course, sitting in class and listening to lectures and so on, and the other half, they gave them these situations with people who had dental problems and so on, and then working in groups and so on. They had to read the literature, figure out what to do and so on.
Learn what they needed to know to solve those problems.
How to solve those problems. At the end of the semester, they gave the same test to both groups. The problem-based group did much better than the people in the traditional class.
I'm going to take a break here. Mike's got a video. I want to take a look at this video.
I think one of the neatest things about what we're doing is that we've really taken education and we said, let's try something different. And I think we've gotten it right. We redesigned classrooms. We opened up an innovation center that really opens the eyes to individuals and students about what CTE offers. And this ribbon cutting is really the beginning of that, is the opportunity for us to begin to share what education can look like here at CTech.
This school is a full dual enrollment school. That means every child that attends our school has that opportunity to graduate from high school and at the same time graduate from Fresno City College. That's remarkable when you think about it. This is not just a building. This is about making dreams come true in Fresno County. And I really believe that.
When we first saw the project being designed and we heard from Superintendent Jim Yavino about their plans to build this facility, we just knew it was something that we had to be part of.
Our partnerships with industry, having them share with us about what is necessary for students to be successful and ready for industry has really prepared us to create an innovation center that is ready and is 21st century.
There is no school that has the amount of equipment in it that this shop has, and that's really because of our business partners. And our community partners who have said, look, here are the things that you need to have in this school so that kids could be employable, so that they could go on to State Center Community College and further their certifications. And we need to dispel this myth of what is college. Higher education is also going to trade school. It's also going into learning a skill so you can go on to work.
We think that the facility and what it's going to do is really help provide us with the people that are going to make up our industry for the next generation, and it's a great place to learn about our industry and get excited about our industry and be passionate about our industry.
One big round of applause for you being here. It was very emotional to walk in, and even the opening day of this school, and see our students sitting there and eager. Like I told them all, you're the ambassadors for CTech. You're the first. There'll never be another first class.
It's a huge responsibility that we're all carrying, and it's crazy that we actually get to shape the school into our image. And I think it really instills in everyone more responsibility to take these courses more seriously, and it makes us more mature even at a young age.
We've created an atmosphere where kids can try something new, to be able to learn using their hands, to begin to develop a culture and understand a culture that really focuses on them as individuals and giving back to their community. And they've thrived on that.
This school, all curriculum is around application. Whether it's your English class or your science class or your math class, it doesn't matter. It's about how does that relate to what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life.
It's a really amazing school. Everything that they're showing us, everything that they're teaching us, it's hands-on. It's not like other schools, and that's really instilling in us more knowledge than it would just learning from a textbook.
This isn't the county superintendent's school. This is Fresno's school. This is for every student in Fresno Unified, for any student in Fresno County. We don't need to compete, because the only thing we should be competing for right now is how do we make sure that our students are successful after high school. And that's what this school's going to do.
Hey, welcome back.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And okay, now is this their first year that they're?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they have about 70 freshmen.
Right.
I opened University High School. I was the founding head of school there. So that first year, I called those students my pioneers.
Yeah.
And I met with a group of parents, and the parents were so enthusiastic. They said that their children. Before they started coming to this school, when they're in kindergarten, first grade, they come home. What do you do in school today? And
right.
But by the time they get to middle school, and this one father said that his son now he picks him up and takes him home from school. He said he just talks all the time about everything, the interesting things that they've done at school. And other parents said that their kids have just opened up because they're doing such interesting things. And before you.
I got something I'm going to ask you.
Okay. There's a focus here on their future. These are ninth graders.
Right.
They're learning financial literacy, planning ahead, thinking ahead, what they want to do with their lives and so on. Most ninth graders, most 14-year-olds I mean, it's just getting through the day, right? And when they come home, what did you do in school today? Nothing.
That's it. But I want to ask you now, this is the first.
Yes.
Do you know if there's more planned behind this? Schools?
No, I don't. I mean,
Okay.
this should be replicated. But I mean,
Yeah.
part of the thing is because it was sponsored by Fresno County schools. They have millions of dollars of equipment and so on. I mean, the manufacturing sector and the construction sector have gotten behind the school because, looking at the quality of the students coming out. And the other thing is, as the video said, the idea that freshmen at this school are taking a course at Fresno City, and by the time they graduate from CTech, they will have an AAS degree from City College. And the idea is that some students at this point, I mean, they're employable. They can go out and get a.
My next question.
Yes.
Who can go?
Oh, anybody.
Anybody can go.
Anybody.
Is there any geographic limitation?
Nope.
As long as you're within the Fresno district.
A California charter school is limited to accepting students from California.
Got it. So we can do that. So if you have a kid out there, a young person,
Yes.
And we're not talking of any particular type, we're talking anybody.
If they're in 8th grade or 9th grade,
right?
Then that because those are the two classes that they're recruiting for.
And this is opening up, and each year it's going to open up a little bit more.
Right. Yep.
So the next school year, which August. We'll have a whole freshman class to bring in.
Right.
We're going to add a few more to this matriculating class.
Right.
Going to expand a little bit.
Right. And the thing is, if the parents can't wait. Because, freshman year and sophomore year, students could come on board as sophomores.
Right.
And they'd have to catch up on some stuff and so on, but they can make it. But by the time that freshman and sophomore year are over, if somebody wanted to come in as a junior, they can't do that.
You're a little late. Okay. How do we find out about it? If I'm watching this, how do I find out about it?
Well, let me see. The website is ctec.fcoe.org. Hopefully that's on the screen.
All right.
The phone number in Fresno, 559-443-4862.
And we got a web page or a Facebook page where, as a parent, or maybe even the student, if I'm watching this and I want to find out more, we got something online I can do that with.
Yeah, go to the website, ctec.fcoe.org.
That's it. Okay.
And I just wanted to hold up. This is a cube that was made by a student. The construction person was teaching them
Mike, I'm going to hold this.
How you join wood. And
now, there you go.
And
you see this?
So those are dado joints.
Yeah, this is not wood that's colored. These are different pieces of wood that have been joined together. That's awesome.
And then they're using lasers to burn letters into the wood.
Well, Brad, we're going to have to cut it short. I could probably go a full hour on this. You're going to come back. We're going to talk about this more. I want to know how it's moving along. I want to know if there's things that the community maybe can help out with or be made aware of. Let's talk about it. Let's go out because, for every young person in our community that has an interest in living life but has no interest necessarily in going to college because it's just not where they're at. Right. Something like this opens doors. This is powerful.
It does. It does. And I'll bring the principal with me next time.
I'd appreciate it, and I'll grill him.
Okay.
Listen, I'm excited about this, and I'll see you when we come back.